This is Frontosas, Cichlids, and more. In this video we're looking at how many male Frontosas should you put into a 125 gallon aquarium. This is a great topic for me because recently I have put Frontosas back in my 125 gallon aquarium, so I'll give you my perspective on it and some things to consider when you're looking at this issue. As well as you get to see a lot of my amazing Frontosas, and they've recently been moved, so they've only been moved for a couple of days, but you get to see them now, and then in the next video you get to see how they adapt to the aquarium and how they're changing their coloration and so forth. So let's just stay tuned for this awesome video. So to start off with this, this question, this topic about how many males you should have in a 125 gallon aquarium, I think it's very subjective. But if you ask people on Facebook groups, they give you a standard answer. They normally say an alpha male and a subdominant male. Here you see this one is the biggest male in here, but he's not necessarily right now at the moment the most dominant. There's another male over here. You see it here in the center of the screen. They're doing fine in this aquarium. So what are some of the factors that could, change your idea of how many males to have in your Frontosa aquarium, especially being a 125 gallon aquarium? There's a lot of factors. One, what size are you buying your fish? If you buy them all small, it could be a couple of years before you have to worry about that decision. If you buy them big, you buy them in a group, that's another, that could lead you to different ones. If they're medium size, basically the size of the Frontosas itself could determine whether, how many males you want in there. Now, if you look here, let me slow down the pan. There's several Frontosas in here. And I have no idea how many of those are males. Now, they are older Frontosas, being around 2 years old. All of them here except for the couple of males are 2 years old. So most likely a lot of the smaller ones are females, but I don't know that for sure. So what is some of the things I'm looking at for this setup? For my particular 125 gallon aquarium, I'm going to see if these two right here, the two biggest males here, get along. If there's any fighting, I don't care if there's a little dominance play, if they flare up at each other every once in a while. I don't care what they're doing right now. That actually is entertaining. As long as there's no damage, being done. And in the past, they were in a smaller aquarium. And the bigger male, you see there's a little bit of a couple places where the fin's been torn on there. That could be from another fish or from when it was scared and hit some substrate or ornaments. So to me, if these two work out just fine, that's great. There's some other ones, I think it's a male in here, like the one right there in the bottom of the screen. I think that may be a male as well. Not for sure, but most likely it is. So there could be several males in here. So am I going to take any males out? No, I'm not. Personally, I'm not. As long as they get along with each other. Now, if there's some aggression, normally it is not instantaneous. I don't think you'll see them one day and then walk into your fish room or to your aquarium and then see a dead Frontosa. Normally it happens slowly if there's some severe aggression. So for me, and maybe for yourself, hold on to your Frontosas. Don't be trying to unload them because you think you have too many males. I don't really think, males look cool. They got the humps. Some females do, but mostly the males have the biggest humps. They look impressive. So if you can have more than one male in a 125 gallon aquarium, so be it. Now there's some factors that may play in how many fish, how many Frontosas, the total Frontosas you have in there. One is how big they are, if they're full grown or not. If you have a background, some of those, fancy backgrounds, they stick out a couple of inches and take up quite a bit of space and make your overall 125-gallon aquarium much smaller. Some people have ornaments in their aquarium, which takes up, more room. So this can be a factor in how many frontosas you have in there. Now, if you had you kind of figured you had 9 males and 1 female, I can understand you want to switch them out. Maybe you could trade some of the males for some females. But overall, I think you can just be fine with how many you have, whatever that case be. If you need more females, trade some of the males for some females, or buy some more females. However it works for you, to get your a different ratio. As far as having 2 males for a 125-gallon aquarium, if it's a breeding aquarium, that may be best for you. But if you're just having an aquarium that you're liking to look at, enjoying the coloration of frontosas, 2 males may not be enough for you. And to me, whatever I have is going to work out. If there's one that's a bad apple that starts terrorizing the whole aquarium, I'll remove them. But think about how many fish you're going to have in here total, your ornaments you're going to have in there, if you have a background, and then how big they are. If you have all full size, because these aren't full size, even that big male you see in the center of the screen, he's not full sized yet. So in the future, I may have half as many frontosas in there, but that could be another year from now. Frontosas are very slow to grow. So, this is an issue that you might want to think about, but it's not one you have to decide in a few days or even a month, unless you're having some, aggression issues. And like I say, they don't normally end in frontosas deaths. It can happen, but not normally. So basically, be like your frontosas. Be slow to come to your decision after you think of all the possibilities. Don't take all the suggestions you get from the internet, because I've had this question myself seen on Facebook groups 100 times, and they're all saying 2 males for a 125-gallon aquarium. It doesn't have to be that way. It does not have to be that way. I don't want you to hear one answer and think that's the way I'm going to have to do it. Watch your fish, observe your fish. The best resource for any of your decisions for your aquariums is what you see and experience yourself. Now, you can get ideas from others, which I do, but what you experience yourself is going to be more meaningful, because these particular fish in front of you on the screen here, even though you may have the same amount, the same size, may act differently than some frontosas in your aquarium. And they could even be from the same family. And there's different types of frontosas that act differently. So your decision on what to do with your 125-gallon aquarium could be different than anybody else. So the answers you get from the internet may not apply to you, because they don't know your situation. And I definitely don't know your situation. So make sure you think it out. You spend some time. Look at the comments in this video and see what other people say. Because some people are very adamant about their beliefs. And it's good to listen to those people. And decide for yourself. How many fish, how many frontosas I'm going to have in the aquarium, how many males. It can be based on your own decision, your setup, whether you have a background, how much stuff you have in the aquarium, how big they are, how long it will take for them to get full size. And the list just goes on and on. And I appreciate the topic for this video. It's been amazing to have that topic, because it's going to be one that most people will look at. And if you're wanting a rubber stamped answer for this question, you didn't get it on this video, But I hope you understand, you don't have to have a rubber stamp answer for anything in the fish world. Alright, we're getting this video topped off with some shrimp. We'll see how they eat it. Takes a minute for it to calm down. They're a little skittish. There they're going for it. Look at them go. Now I don't have it thawed out yet, but this allows them to start going for the shrimp. Here they got it going over here in a little pile. They love it. You can tell that there's no problems getting your frontosas to eat shrimp. Some pellet food you may have to take several weeks to get them to actually where they'll eat the pellet food, but shrimp, you put it right in, they tear into it. This will get your coloration doing great. Remember, these frontosas have only been in this aquarium for a couple of days. I just moved them in here. So watch my future videos after some more shrimp feedings and what I got going on in this aquarium. This is amazing display of love for shrimp. It's a shrimp lover's feast. Now, if you see them eat like this and realize, hey, they're really going for it, there's no reason why you can't try some shrimp yourself. Make sure you get the raw deveined shrimp. It's going to keep your water quality so much better. You're going to have to do less water changes, and your coloration, your frontosas will be much better. Thanks again for watching Frontosas, cichlids, and more.